Listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Dream on, but don't imagine they'll all come true. Ooh, when will you realize Vienna waits?
10:32, welcome back. Ray Hartmann on the line. A lot been happening since I talked to you last, huh? How's everything been for you?
Good morning, CJ. Just a couple things.
Well, right off the bat, wanted to get you on, Ray, because a couple weeks ago was going through Riverfront Times and saw that they basically used your article from your St. Louis Insider Substack regarding this man that was funding an anti-child kidnapping film arrested for child kidnapping. What do you know about this?
Yeah, thanks for noticing. Yeah, Substack. The Substack, promote that Substack for me. No, that story was, I guess you'd call it an exclusive. I'm not really, that's not what I'm all about, but it was a national, it was a bit of one of those kind of oddball national stories that broke, in which this St. Louis guy made the news her name is Fabian Marta, and he got arrested on a child kidnapping, accessory child kidnapping. He wasn't accused of, he was an accessory to child kidnapping. It's a felony. But why it got attention is that he was among the crowdfunders, and apparently at least try to be a prominent one, of the film Sound of Freedom, which is the film that had all the conservatives all excited, or has them all excited. It's got some QAnon related themes, and it's kind of the whole spectacle of Sound of Freedom is a little creepy, I guess, but depending on your point of view. But anyway, the reason it got covered was, here's a guy, child kidnapping, child, a funder of a movie about child kidnapping. And so, which is a little probably in a way a cheap shot, but it got national, it got picked up all over the place, Newsweek and a lot of places. And what I found out with sources is that Mr. Marta was better known locally, or had a better local connection, as the sugar daddy in the famous Rockwood School sugar babe, former sugar babe, a very conservative woman who got elected, Jessica Clark, who got elected to the school board about a little over a year ago. And that was the big thing. She was there was a time, I suppose, CJ, where having been a sugar babe, which is, I'll be careful how I describe it, a form of professional accompaniment to wealthy guys, that would be kind of a deal breaker. In fact, it was her claim to fame, and Jessica is a member of the Rockwood School Board, and this is the man who launched her sugar babe career.
Wow.
This is St. Louis's first sugar daddy, and so I just got a kick out of that. Sorry about the long intro. So I didn't really care about it. And of course, obviously, he's innocent until proven guilty. We don't know what he did. But it was the alleged crime is not of no particular importance to most people. And the Sound of Freedom connection is probably overstated at best. But I just love the fact that Fabian Marta, our town's preeminent sugar daddy, or at least was, is in the national news.
Well, and that's what I think so fascinating about this is, I've just my time with you and your coverage of the Rockwood School Board, which has just been a interesting component of the school system, to say the least.
Yeah.
This is a component that is just eye-opening to me. I mean, it really is just like, wow.
Right, and it is a big story. I mean, it remains the Rockwood School Board and its conservative school. I mean, the Rockwood School District and its school board are an ongoing news story that matters. I mean, it's St. Louis's top connection to the national effort of conservatives to kind of redefine a public school district. Okay, and so that's meaningful to all of us, I think. And Jessica Clark's still there. I just got a kick out of the connection. That's all. And I thought it was a much better, with all modesty, I think it was a better local connection than his tangential, almost kind of the irony of him being a funder. And I actually don't know that he's that big a funder. It's just, to me, it's more for fun. And the RFT, I think that's the only, my Substack in the RFT, to my knowledge, I haven't seen anybody else pick it up, that connection, which I think really is relevant. And understand, Fabian Marta also is a parent at the at Rockwood Schools and a prominent guest. There has been a prominent attendee in support of Jessica Clark. He was the key to her support he was a major part of her effort to get elected. He at least was at a lot of the Rockwood school meetings. So he's not a non-entity in St. Louis. It's just, and then getting this charge. We'll see what happens on the charge.
Do you think this leads to any resignation of Jessica Clark with this connection?
Absolutely not. I mean, I think in this environment, it's like Trump. It's like,
yeah, you're right.
I've been dying. She isn't, but I'm saying, look, my boyfriend's arrested, or former boyfriend, I think he is. But it's like, hey, I'm connected to somebody who was arrested. Vote for me. I mean, that's what we say now. I mean,
you're right. You're perfect.
Sets you apart.
Right. You're right. And it's perfect segue. We got a couple minutes left. What are your thoughts ahead of this Republican debate? I mean, Donald Trump won't be there, and you just got a cluster, it seems like, on the stage. What are your thoughts as these indictments, kept coming out? Now we have 18 co-defendants. Does this mean anything to the Republicans?
Oh, well, I mean, the debate, I think, is going to be fascinating tomorrow night because anytime you have this early in the primary, it's a game of kill the man with a ball or a woman. And that is whoever's ahead, normally you go after. This has happened, ask President Jeb Bush, ask President Rudy Giuliani. I mean, that's what happens. Somebody gets out ahead and everybody goes after him. Well, Trump is so far ahead, he doesn't count. And they're all counting on him getting convicted. Okay, so right now it's Ron DeSanctimonious, as Trump likes to call him, and a field of 7 also Rans who are all going to go after DeSantis. And of course, the only topic that's going to matter is whether it's Trump,
right.
And what you think about Trump, how you spin Trump, what kind of sound bites you can get out of Trump. I mean, that's all that matters tomorrow night. But what I'd like to, and I actually have a story that's coming out tomorrow at rawstory.com with some questions that I think we'd like to see asked. And it hadn't been edited, it hadn't been finalized. But one of the questions that I think I would just love to see them ask is, as president, this is to the 8 candidates on the stage, as president, will you agree not to prosecute Joe Biden for any reason on the theory that we don't prosecute former presidents and political enemies, the one they're using now to say how terrible it is that the Justice Department has investigated and prosecuted Donald Trump? Will you agree not to prosecute Joe Biden? I've never heard anybody answer that. I just think that would be a fun question for them.
Well, and you know what? That's actually a really great question because we kind of know where this is leading to. These Republicans are kind of hell-bent right now on getting some, vengeance in their minds, and that's what they've said publicly. I mean, I'm not putting words in their mouth. That's kind of been the whole mindset.
Well, all of them seem to have been clutching their pearls about how terrible it is that we've weaponized the Justice Department to go after Donald Trump, and just wait till we get in so that we can weaponize the Justice Department to go after Joe Biden.
Right. Well, and one last thing, Ray, while I have you, this Ramaswamy candidate is really interesting to me. I think, in my opinion, this is going to be one that kind of jumps out early, and he's gaining some momentum, but this debate, I think, could either go one or two ways. It's going to send him back down to 1% or bring him up to 14 or 15. Do you kind of see it that way? It's interesting.
Yeah, I think he's good. I think the latter. I think he's going to do real well. I think at one point he will be in second place, and he will be, in my opinion, again, I could be wrong, he might be the candidate because he's not qualified to be president, especially in terms of any relationship to government. And he's just, I mean, the thing about him that is, I guess, I don't know, we call it scary, worrisome, that brilliant guy, accomplished guy who will say any. I mean, he's sort of like if Donald Trump had a really good brain. It's like he'll say anything. This dude will say anything, and he makes it sound so credible, but he'll say pretty much anything, and he doesn't, he started talking about foreign policy. It was almost pretty much anti-American, I guess. But I mean, in a lot of ways, as defined by Republicans normally, but it's a different world. And yes, I think he will do well. I think he'll get, and he'll be the subject of Kill the Man with a Ball, in my opinion.
Yep.
And me, I'm always wrong with predictions, but I'll make that one. So we'll see.
Without a doubt. Hey, Ray, thanks for calling in. What's coming down the St. Louis Insider Substack that we can fill everybody in on?
Just people go there and check it out. I'm not sure what the next one is. Hopefully there'll be one tomorrow, but I'm not actually sure. And I'm working on some stuff. That I can't talk about. But anyway, I've got some pretty good stuff coming up, I think. Awesome. Appreciate your time, man.
Oh, no, I appreciate yours. Thank you. We'll have to get together soon.
Okay, thanks.
10:43, we'll take a quick break. More of our daily show next in downtown Alton.